Now let's create the second test. Now in second test, let's say I want to do some validations. Validations as when I want to check the expected and the actual results. This is what we generally do in manual test cases, right? If the actual is equal to expected, then the test case is pass, otherwise the test case is failed. So far we have seen how the test case gets passed, right? Because we have not added any validation, so everything was successfully executed. But now let's say I create a method which will validate titles, right? So let's say we got expected title. This is a test case at the rate test import. So we got some expected title. Let's say expected title is there in the specifications, right? That is yahoo.com. And we got actual title. This we got it from some API or let's say from the UI as itself using Selenium. Like in Selenium, how we get the title driver dot get title. So this we get it from Selenium, and this we got from Excel sheet from the specification, right? Now I want to validate if expected is equal to actual, then the test case is pass, otherwise the test case is failed. So how are we going to do that? So it's a simple process. If you are thinking that we need to do something like if expected title dot equals actual title, then it should print test case pass. Otherwise, it should print test case fail. If you're thinking that we need to do it in this way, then when you run your test, what will happen is you're gonna see it has printed test case fail, but it has actually passed the test, right? Over here, you'll see the test is passed. Everything is in green. This is because everything got successfully executed, right? This is just a message. If I write a message pass over here, it will print pass. Right now, the message written is fail. It is printing fail. But it is not reporting a failure in the test ng report. The test ng report itself says that everything is pass. So using if and else, you can never report a failure. Then how to report a failure? So whenever you want to report a failure, you will be using something called as assertions. So there is an internal class in testng, something called as assert. And there are some static methods inside this class. You need to create an object of this class. Simply put a dot. You should be able to call all the static methods. See, one of the method is assert equals. It compares actual and expected results, right? So since we are doing a string comparison, we need to look for string actual and string expected. Now what this assert equals will gonna do? This will assert that two strings are equal. If there are not, an assertion error is thrown, right? So if I right click now and if I run as a test ng test, you're gonna see that this test is failed now. It says assertion error expected yahoo.com but found gmail.com. And in the report over here, you're going to see that the test case is failed. So this is how you will be using assertions in order to report a failure, right? Because if you don't use assertions, if you use if and else, then you cannot report a failure in your test ng report. Now there are n number of assertions available in testng, not just assert equals. At times, like you want to do it based on some Boolean condition, as in assert dot assert true, right? I'll pick up one of the scenario from Selenium, as in let's say we are checking the presence of any element. We have created a utility method called as is element present, which accepts the XPath of your element. So if the element is found, this method is a Boolean method, it returns true. If not, then it returns false. So what I can do in this condition accepts the value in a form of true or false. Means if I want to use it in Selenium, I'll be giving it like this. If the element is element returns false, then your test case will be failed. And this is the overloaded method. If you see over here, see condition along with the message. So you can add your message as well over here. Message, let's say element not found. So whenever a test case is failed, this message will be reported inside your test ng report. See element not found, assertion error. In the report, element not found, expected true but found false. So this is another way of using assertion. In case you want to forcefully fail a test case, you can write something called as assert.fail. See, again, an overloaded method. You can add a message, you can add exception and the message both. So message as in, you'll say failing the test as the condition is not met. Simple. Failing a test as the button was not present. Failing the test as the user was not logged in. Right? So could be any condition. If that condition is not met, you can forcefully fail a test case as well. And this will be reported inside your test ng report. Right? So this is how, with the help of assertions, you could validate actual and expected result, and even you can fail a test and add a failure to your report. So this is very, very important. All right. Thank you.